It's an interesting thing in the literature of spiritual awakening. Often this spiritual surrender happens for people when they are literally at the end of their rope in life. And then suddenly they just gave up struggling and experienced a profound depth and opening and surrender to this grace and this mystery that showed up at the moment that they gave up. And yet, none of us want to wait for life to take us that far. And so we can take up this posture of surrender as an active practice in meditation. We don't need life to force our hand.
Welcome to Meditation Changes Everything with spiritual teacher Craig Hamilton, a podcast exploring the deeper potentials of meditation practice and how it can change every aspect of human life. In this episode, Craig explores the deeper invitation to surrender that lies at the heart of awakening. We're so used to managing life through effort, planning, striving, trying to get everything just right. But when it comes to awakening, that strategy no longer serves us. Today, Craig reflects on how surrender opens the door to a deeper kind of freedom and offers a guided meditation to help us rest in this moment as it is. We hope you enjoy the show. Here's Craig.
Surrender is fundamentally about giving up. If we think about the traditional metaphor of surrender, or the traditional idea of surrender, I guess it's a battle metaphor. We wave the white flag, we lay down our arms, we say we will fight no more. We give up. And in battle, someone usually surrenders because they realize they don't have a chance. When they realize they're helpless, they're not going to fight their way out of this, that's when they finally give up trying and say, okay, I'm going to save my life because I'm not going to be able to win this battle. And you know, it's an interesting thing in the literature of spiritual awakening. Often this spiritual surrender happens for people when they are literally at the end of their rope in life. Like many mystics, many people describe profound experiences of surrender and awakening occurring just at the moment when they were like so either depressed or in such profound grief, experiencing a sense that life wasn't worth living anymore, that if this is how life's going to be, I can't bear it. And then suddenly they just gave up struggling and experienced a profound depth and opening and surrender to this grace and this mystery that showed up at the moment that they gave up. And yet, none of us want to wait for life to take us that far. None of us want to, and we would not wish that on anyone else, that they would have to come to a point of inner pain or inner grief, or inner giving up because life was so unbearable. And so we can take up this posture of surrender as an active practice in meditation. We don't need life to force our hand, because obviously when life gets that bad, people often make other bad choices that aren't merely to spiritually surrender, but to give up completely on life. So we're certainly not advocating trying to make your life so bad that you'll spiritually surrender. But it's just interesting to note that, because see, it helps you get a sense of how big the gesture of surrender is. And I was thinking about this helplessness that is so often a catalyst for surrender, the sense of helplessness that leads to it. I was realizing, there's also a helplessness we can come to through our own reflection on reality. So what I mean by that is, if you let's take our meditation practice of just be content. Be content no matter what occurs. And what that practice reveals is how much of our time we spend trying to change what is, trying to change the moment into something else, trying to change our experience, trying to control it. But part of what this practice reveals is that controlling our experience is really an illusion. That we really never can change the moment. The moment is always as it is. Now, there might be things you could do now that would influence the unfolding of the future, of things in the future. But in meditation, we're just practicing being in right relationship to this moment. We're practicing being fully here in this moment. And what is it to be free in this moment? You see, if you look at this moment, the one that's happening right now, there's nothing you could possibly do to change it in any way. The moment is always just as it is. Now, there were actions maybe you took in the past prior to this moment that had an influence on what's happening in this moment. Sure. So I'm not saying the moment is as it is means it was predestined to be this way. It's not that at all. Or that, change isn't possible and that we have no power or influence over our lives. Nothing like that. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying right now in this moment, there is absolutely nothing you can do to influence this moment. You are helpless before the reality of this moment. It is always just as it is. So you can either continue struggling along in the illusion that there's something you can do about it, or you can let go and just allow the moment to be exactly as it is. You can surrender to this moment. Give up any attempt to control your experience, any attempt to influence what's arising right now. But now we're being content not just because we're choosing to be content. We're being content because we realize there's nothing we could ever do anyway. So we give up control. We give up the illusion of control of our experience. We stop struggling with reality. And we let it be. And so this is the practice I want to invite us into now. So just find yourself in a relaxed, comfortable position. Leaving behind all the cares and concerns of the day. And allowing yourself to bring your full energy and attention into this moment. Having recognized our helplessness before the moment, having surrendered any idea that we could influence this moment. We simply let this moment be. We let it be. Letting the moment be as it is means letting yourself be as you are. Just as there's nothing you can do to change the moment, there's nothing you can do to change yourself in this moment. Whatever state your consciousness is in, whether it feels expansive and free or contracted and tight, whether you're feeling upsetting emotions or love and bliss and peace or anything in between, that is exactly how you are right now. And there's nothing you could do to change that, and there's nothing you need to do to change that. There's nothing missing. There's nothing lacking. Letting things be as they are doesn't mean you have to like the way things are. It doesn't require you to feel any particular way about reality. It just means you've given up resisting and struggling to control or change what is. Whatever's happening in your experience right now, just let it be. There is nothing in your way. There is nothing that could arise. There could be an obstacle to freedom. The moment is already whole. Just be content with this as it is. Now I want to invite you to gently let go of the meditation practice and just allow this ease of being, this contentment, this allowing to flow on in whatever way it does naturally.
If the approach to meditation we've been exploring today inspires you, you are invited to tune into a 90-minute online workshop Craig will be hosting called Meditation 2.0, The Miracle of Direct Awakening. In the workshop, he'll share a powerful new approach to meditation practice and guide you in a series of brief meditation experiments so you can experience it for yourself. You can listen to that at freemeditationworkshop.com. That's freemeditationworkshop.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, we hope you'll share our show with others. And please subscribe and rate us wherever you listen to your favorite shows. If you have a minute to write a short review on your podcast app, we would deeply appreciate your support. You can stay connected to the show by subscribing to our newsletter at meditationchangeseverything.com. Each week, we'll send you new audios and videos from Craig, and we'll also let you know when we release new episodes of the show. For a deeper experience of Craig's approach to meditation, consider joining our Awakened Life membership program. Each month, you'll receive in-depth teachings and guidance, including a meditation workshop, 4 guided meditations, and a live online retreat with Craig. And when you register today, you can receive your first month for 50% off. Go to awakenedlifemembership.com to learn more and enroll. That's awakenedlifemembership.com. Check out our show notes for links to all the ways you can stay in touch with Craig's work. Meditation Changes Everything is created by Craig Hamilton, Susan Fries, Morgan Dix, Stephanie Murphy, Will Bowman, and Richard Klein. From all of us, thank you for tuning in.